Dances with Floss. Welcome to our almost the end of the year and our fourth. Is it our fourth?
It's our fourth. And I know that because I messed up the title card on it last time and put 2 instead of 3. And I was kicking myself as soon as I posted it.
That's it.
This is officially for.
Get out. Get out.
I mean, if you want to do the editing.
I will do this. I will do this. FLOSSTUBE all on my own now. I can't count on anybody. Anyway.
Baubles. Okay, she's cracking me up before we even started. Just warning you.
Oh my gosh. Hi everybody. We already did this. That's okay. I have finishes. I'm so excited. So yeah, I know that I have talked about this one as WIP recently, but I now have it completed. So this is the Cosmic Dreams 2 Big Sister by Barbara Anna Designs, and I bought the pattern at BeStitchMe, the store, our local, not local, LNS. And this entire time I've been saying that I've been stitching it on 16 count evergreen. Well, that's a vicious lie, because I just found the card for it today while I was organizing my fabric stash, and it's Yule Wreath. But still, evergreen, Yule Wreath, they're both green. I've just been misrepresenting. Many apologies to anyone who is trying to find that exact fabric, because it wasn't what I said it was. Anyway, so yeah, 16 count Yule Wreath, used the called for DMC, and now it's done. And as soon as I have it finished, framed and everything, I will bring it back so you guys can see her in all of her finished glory. And yes, I am using hair clips again to hold my fabric, because apparently even though I own fabric clips, I don't use them. Or they just weren't on hand. And I always have hair clips everywhere. If you saw my apartment, it's like hair tie, hair clip, bobby pin, they're everywhere.
A graveyard of hair accessories, you might say.
It is. My other finish is a very quick stitch, like you guys didn't even get to see it in its WIP stage. It just went from thought about to finished.
No, you did show it in our last one.
Did I?
You did, because I remember.
Was I there? Yes.
Because remember, I said, I bet you anything this will be a finish on our next episode.
I think
I called it correctly.
You probably did. I have slept many sleeps since then. So this is the Here Comes Treble by Ink Circles. I love just the name of the pattern. I'm probably going to like chart out, backstitch something fun and put like Here Comes Treble.
You totally should.
On here. Or what I was thinking of, if I got a frame, my mom does calligraphy, and maybe I could have her like fancy write.
But I thought you were gonna sew them together into a bell pull.
I know. I don't know
with
what
fabric.
I'm gonna do. I don't know. I'm gonna stitch this again. So at some point, I'm going to have, because I think I know somebody I'm gonna gift these to.
Okay.
And then yeah, I'll do multiple sets. You know how many friends I have that are musicians or musically inclined. They would like this. So this is, wow, I'm just talking nonsense and I'm not paying attention to my notes. So Ink Circles, this is on 14 count vintage linen Zweigart Aida, and I used the DMC-ish conversion that is listed out on the pattern. It's not an exact match to what it looks like on the model, but it's pretty close. So yeah, those are my two finishes. I'm very happy with how they turned out, especially my girl. I just love the little Space Invaders guys. And so once I get her finished, she's going to go in our video game room / dining room, where we have our arcade. We've got 2 cocktail cabinets and a stand-up Tron machine in our dining room.
They use it as their dining room table. It's pretty awesome. I was super impressed.
It's not normal, but it's very us. Like how.
I mean, I think growing up is overrated. So.
Well, yeah, yeah. She's my favorite so far of the ones that I have finished lately. So, what do you have for finishes, ma'am?
Well, the one I finished last time, I got it in a frame. It's
so pretty.
Fully finished now. It is an FFO. I bought this frame on Amazon because I just wasn't happy with I was looking for a 9x12 frame, and I wasn't happy with any of the 9x12 frames I was seeing out in the wild. It just wasn't what I had envisioned.
At Home Goods.
I went to a few places.
Okay.
I mean, I do buy a lot of frames at Home Goods, but
they have good frames.
They do. They're cheap.
No, I love that one.
But yeah, I wanted something very modern, but I didn't want it to be plain. I still wanted like clean lines, but with interest. And I love how this is like curved and kind of, bevels in. And I was just like, that's it. That was the detail I was looking for. That was modern, but clean lines. So I'm excited to get this up. I'm going to probably, once the Christmas stuff comes down, it's probably going to go up there. So
the DMC Wall of Fame.
Yeah, that's probably going to be its home.
Yeah,
excited about this one. And I am all geared up for Stitch for Pride 2025. Waiting for my fabric to arrive. It has been ordered.
All right, that's your finish?
That is my only finish.
All right. We can move on to whips. Cool whips.
Okay, so I think we determined from when we were looking at like how many she had versus how many I had, that what was going to work best is if I do 2, then she'll do all of hers, and then I will do my last 3. Pretty sure all I have is 5.
We got to break it up a little bit.
So this one is kind of barely a start because I had to do some frogging. Super irritated. I started Christmas at Hakron Hollow, even though I'm not done opening the floss that I'm going to use, because I'm going to use the floss from my floss advent that I fell down on the job opening it, and I haven't opened any of them since the last advent video I posted. So I'm going to try and make up for that and get the rest of them opened and get that posted. I'm so sorry. I got busy. Life was lifing.
Life was lifing.
So here's the pattern. That's what it's going to look like. The glare, sorry. So Christmas at Hakron Hollow. I actually like this one a lot better than the Halloween at Hakron Hollow. I have to say, I think I'm going to enjoy stitching this one a lot more. And this one might be more likely to stay out year round because I like it so much.
Which one are you doing? Which square?
Well, I'm on the first square, but you're not going to be able to tell because right now I'm on the border.
That's why I asked. Because I couldn't tell.
It lives in this bag.
Oh my gosh.
From Samply Stitched.
It's a little puffball.
Yep. Because I was looking for something that was like a mid-century modern Christmas village vibe. So this had it. Even though the pattern is very like Victorian Christmas vibe. I don't know. I liked it. And this is what I got. I am working on the border. I am not doing it in black though. I don't know what I did with the floss. It's around here somewhere. I'm using one of the Sulky blendables for the border, was what I decided. I think it's one that's like, it's called caramel apple, something like that, because it's got like red and green and gold in it. It's hard to tell here, but in person. You will notice the pins. I had a big counting error that I discovered. I thought I had gotten all the way down and rounded the corner. And then as I had the whole bottom done. And as I was coming back up, I went, oh, that's not going to line up. What did I do? So then I got out a whole bunch of these counting pins and I counted down every 10, stuck a pin in until I went, I am short exactly 10 stitches. So I counted across. I did have the right number of stitches, although I had to count that 4 times because I thought I was off by 1 and I almost cried. It's like, I did not want to have to rip out the whole side too. But thankfully, I just don't know how to count, so it's okay. Usually I do a lot better because when I stitch a long row, I usually like stitch 9, cross, leave the 10th one uncrossed, and then to help count. But when I use a blendable, I can't really do that. So that messed up my counting a lot. So I did frog out my entire bottom row, add 10 stitches, and now I'm very carefully trying to blend my blendable so that it doesn't look like I had to rip out the bottom and like it's one continuous line. I'm trying.
Lessons learned.
Yes. And I left pins to mark, left them in across to mark where the border should be. This is where it was. And I left that so that I knew that I messed up. I put those in before I started frogging. But this is where it'll be at the top. You can see I was a bad girl and being cheap and didn't want to pay for a half yard of fabric when a quarter yard will do. So
that's frugal.
I have an 1.5 inches of margin at the top and bottom.
What is this one?
This is an opalescent 20 count, and it's called Awakening from BeStitchMe. I ordered it, and I was being frugal, and I should have probably ordered the half yard, and I just would have had extra fabric, and it would have been fine. But I was being frugal and just decided, you know what? If it's too close, I'll just sew fabric across the bottom and top border, because I have 2 inches on the sides, which for me is plenty because I don't intend to mat it. I probably will just wrap it on a foam core board and slap it in a frame. So,
well, not slap it.
Well, I mean, not literally. I mean, I probably will get a custom frame size, but I got a long way to go before I worry about that because I only have the border on block 1 of 12. So that's the first one. I actually just started this one last night. It's down there. The other one that I started. Now I know it's weird that this is in a summery bag with bees. This is from oh, there's a string on that. This is from Jasmine Custom Bags, but this has all my seasonal goddesses from Tiny Modernist. I have 4 of them, and I switch these patterns out as the season changes. And since we're about to go from fall to winter, I started Yule Goddess this week. So I have the Pirate Robin floss conversion, which frankly I love. You will recognize this fabric. It is Awakening, but without the opalescence.
Oh, nice. Yep.
Because while I love that yellow green that everybody is stitching theirs on, I don't want mine to look like everybody else's. If that's an indication of the kind of personality I have. As much as I love the bright colored fabric, I think it's awesome. I just don't want mine to look like everyone else. So I made the needle minder, but this was a day and a half of stitching on it. So I focused on outlining it so that it would be kind of easier for me to pick up. And I'll stitch this all through winter. So in March, I will put this away wherever it's at. But I try to stitch on this once a week for the rest of winter. I don't even think I'm at 10% yet.
Oh yeah, my turn.
Yep.
Yay. Okay, for those of you keeping score at home, it's back time. So here is my dragon sampler. Sampler number 63, 2x2 stitch art, on the 16 count Oracle Aida. Notice the hair clips. Yeah, I really should invest in actual fabric.
I mean, I think that works really well though for honestly, a Q snap.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not a fan of Q snaps, but if you've got to use one.
Well, and this one holds, like, I think this is the one that you gave me.
Yeah, actually. Because I don't use them, so I was like, here, and get this out of my apartment.
And if any Q snaps you just want to throw my direction, I'm cool with.
January, you'll probably have another one coming your way.
Yay! Actually, I just watched a YouTube video the other day. I got a thing from, I think it was 123 Stitch, and they were talking about Q snaps in the YouTube and like how to make different sizes, and my brain exploded. It was very messy.
You didn't know that?
I was like, what? Okay, so this is me and my whole, like, I have to use the called for, I have to use the thing, like, I have to use my Q snap, and it's 8x8, 11x11, 11x17, like, I cannot alter anything. And then she said, oh yeah, and do this, and you can use an 8 and then an 11, and you just match them up, and my poor little head just went. But yeah, so that's me. And so here is, I am at,
you rule follower.
I know, I'm such a rule follower. This is officially, according to markup, it is 12.67% complete. So this little bit here, this is mostly, I got a little bit left there to do, but this is mostly just the first half of the bottom row of border. Like, this will be mirrored on this side, and then it's up, and then there's two dragons in the center. Yeah, Joker, Floss, Pirate Robin. Loving it. I had some issues with some tangly knot things, but you know, 9 times out of 10 the fabric or the floss is great. Every once in a while I get super excited because I only stitch it on Sundays, so I'm watching football and I'm not paying attention like I should, and so I'm like, yay! Oh crap. So yeah, I have issues.
Usually that happens to me when I'm watching Thread Gremlins. Because I'm laughing hysterically.
Yeah, they are super funny. That's my Sunday stitch. And so it's, Sundays are sacred in my house for football. Go Packers. So then my next whip is the companion piece to the Treble clef So this is the Alto clef, and it is called Alto Gether now. Ha ha ha. By Ink Circles. I'm stitching this again on 14 count vintage linen Zweigart Aida. The pattern, the DMC-ish conversion that's written on there, the green, the light green that's up here, I'm not a fan, so I'm gonna frog that color, and instead, so they said you 3364, which is, hold on, let me consult the wall. 3364 pine green, and it's just too dark. It's too similar to the dark green of the main. So I'm gonna swap it out with 14, which is
pale apple.
Pale apple, yes, yes. It's a really lighter, and it seems like it's gonna be more. It's gonna be similar. Wow! Don't use that finger when you're pointing. Sorry, guys. It's gonna be more similar, closer to the model stitch. Just there wasn't enough distinction, so me and Mr. Frog are gonna have some plans probably tonight.
We consulted the wall to find the right color.
The wall of floss. The other colors in it, I think are going to be good. I really like the contrast of like the lilac that's in it. It's not really lilac. I mean, I don't remember what color it actually is called, but it's a pretty pretty purple.
It's lavender.
Oh, lavender. Okay.
Yeah.
So I like the contrast with the green that's currently on here, and then with the new green, and then the pink that'll be the staff.
The new hotness.
The new hotness. As opposed to, I'm sorry, I do love you, pine green, but no, not for this. So those are my whips. I only have 2 because yeah,
I have more.
she does. A few.
I think last time I showed this, all I had was the door, and I only had one color of the door. This is Winter Welcomes. This is what it should look like when it's done. And I did post this on Instagram, so if you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw what I did. But I finished the door. I was very excited about. Except for now, I don't feel like I can like post it with the painted black song anymore. But I don't know. We'll see. And then
I have a red door, and I want it to be black. Well, no, it is a red door.
Yeah. When I posted it on Instagram, you know how you can pick a song. I'm punny like that, and I will try and like match up the song to what I'm stitching, and I picked Paint It Black.
I always use the Packers music for my Sunday stitch.
But I stitched the bird the other night. I stayed up really late to stitch the bird because I was so close to finishing the bird, and I couldn't put it down, so I did. And I think what my plan is, because I kind of like seeing it come together like a puzzle, I think I'm going to stitch like everything but the birdhouse, and like stitch the birdhouse last. And then, well, almost last, because I'll do welcome at the bottom, probably will be the absolute last. But yeah, I'm going to stitch everything but the birdhouse, and then stitch the birdhouse.
Your pièce de résistance.
Yeah.
Yay.
And this is an 14 count opalescent blue, like a real pale blue
you
DMC.
Don't stitch on 14, like hardly ever, never.
I know, but like my eyes were tired from all the 20 counts that I've been doing, and my eyes just needed a break. And I was like, I need some comfort stitching.
I'm gonna comfort stitch.
So we're gonna do some 14. I have a couple projects with 14 right now. There's going to be a couple of more, but that's because that's the fabric I had and they're small.
Yeah, I have a lot more 14. I'm trying to stitch some stuff.
Trying to stitch through my stash a little bit. This one, shoot. Can you, I left my iPad over there. Can you go grab my iPad so I can show them the picture of the pattern? I made a ton of progress on Marshmallow World. Sorry, the shadow from my stand is hiding it. I completely finished the trees. I have all the blue lines for the snow and the last world. So I know that this is the edge. This is the entire length of the pattern and the entire height of the pattern. And I think last time I just had some of the trees in and a little bit of the blue.
Can I see it?
Yeah.
I haven't seen it in this form yet.
That is from my my haul from the Jingle Ball.
Jingle Ball haul, Jingle Ball haul.
That I am so excited about.
Ooh.
I'm at 31%, almost 32% complete on this one. And I don't intend to put it away in January. I'm going to keep this one out. It's on 20 count frost. It's a little bit why my eyes are tired because I put a lot of work into making big progress on that one.
It's so tiny I had to take my glasses off to see it.
That's what it's going to look like when it's done.
Ooh, God. Woo! Oh, sorry. Boy.
Hold the iPad. There we go. That's what it's going to look like when it's done. So I think the next thing I'm going to do is stitch the little house, and then I'll stitch the snowman. And then I'll start, once I'm done with like all the words and with the snowman in the house, I'll start doing like a strand a day or like 100 stitches a day on the snow fill around it. As I'm working, like I'll do a couple snowflakes, do a strand of fill, or, you know, do some fill. I like to finish everything before I do the big fill. That way I can just kind of mindlessly stitch. So that's my attack plan. At my current rate of progress, my handy little thing here says that I should be finished by the end of January or February. So
of 2025.
Of 2025, yeah. So I intend to finish it during this winter. I don't want to carry it over because I made a list of my whips in prep for when we do our whip parade. I need to do some finishing. So there's that one.
A lot.
And this one, I closed my iPad like a ding dong. Get to my Cosford Rye Happy Christmas to All that I am now 10% into. This one's going...
the one with the tiny reindeer.
Yeah, this one's going a lot slower for me. Because everything is so... This one was really killing my eyes. Because there's not a lot of big fill areas. You change color a lot. This is very confetti for me. And again, this is another one where I'm trying to do all the little things and then fill the snow. So I anticipate I will probably finish this maybe next Christmas, because once we get through December, I need to put this away. I really like it. Don't get me wrong. I like it a lot.
Let's see it.
Yeah. It's just the little tiny motifs are killing my eyes.
They're so cute though.
Yeah. So, I mean, it doesn't look like I did a lot, but I actually did. I put the harnesses on the reindeer.
How many stitches are in the little reindeer? Like, you say like 40 some or something?
No. Well, no, I counted how many stitches were in the sleigh, Santa and his sleigh.
Oh. And
that was like 144 in just Santa and his sleigh and the bag on his sleigh. That's what I added from last time. That little teeny tiny guy was 144 stitches. And actually, this is one of the places where I deviated in color. In the pattern, the sleigh is the same color as his suit. And I didn't like that. So I went through my wall of floss and picked a red that I thought coordinated, but was different. And so I just decided to go with, I felt like the sled was too pinky. And I went with just a little darker, I think it's actually dark Christmas red is what I went with. Kind of because it said Christmas in the name of the color. Just to be perfectly transparent. I am that girl.
It says Christmas. It must be Christmas.
Yeah. So I worked on that. I know that's not big progress, but it felt like big progress because it took a long time. It took many hours. And then the other, my iPad's having fun. The other one that I made a lot of progress on, I actually did make a lot of progress on, and I'm very proud of, Dust of Snow. And for this one, I'm going to use the preview feature because the way that this loaded in my markup is kind of weird. Oh, fun. I had hit something though, so. This is what it'll kind of look like. The called for on this was a blue fabric. And the called for colors, there was a DMC conversion. So far, I'm finding that the DMC conversion is not working very well with my fabric. I do think a couple of the colors that it calls for, if you use the DMC that they suggest, I think look darker than what the picture looks like. So I think that's where I was running into problems. I took this one out of the hoop so I could show it to you because I'm using a small hoop on this one. I have, what percentage does it say I'm at?
It says you are at 19.38% complete.
I'm actually trying to get this one done before Valentine's Day. Because while I know that this is a Christmassy pattern, to me, it's not very Christmas. To me, this actually makes me think of Valentine's Day. So I'm kind of trying to get it done before Valentine's Day. One of the places that I had to change color, the trees, I lightened that. It's a lighter color than it was called for. And then the poinsettia. And if you follow me on Instagram, I posted a poll because I was having an existential crisis about which two colors to go with. Because when I put the called for DMC colors on it, they looked brown on this fabric. And I was like, oh, that won't do. That just won't do. So yeah, I changed those. And you may recognize those colors because they are the, sorry.
You need more hands.
I do.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Can you hold this
yes.
So that you can see the poinsettia? They are the colors of the front door.
But they look different on that fabric.
Mm-hmm. But I had the DMCs out because I was working on this, and I went, you know what? Those are perfect. They're absolutely perfect. That's what I needed. Which I kind of had been thinking about the cranberry. The cranberry was in the poll that I posted. But the second color, the pink, was not the pink that I had posted. I had posted that I was considering using, the dark one is cranberry, is number 600. I think it's dark cranberry. And the light one that I was considering was just light cranberry. So it was the same tone, but pink. But what I ended up going with is the pink the bright pink. I liked the way the bright pink in this looked with the cranberry. That color is geranium. 956. So I thought it was a really good color combination on this fabric. Has enough contrast, but but comparative brightness that it looks appropriate with this fabric. And I'm really pleased with how it's coming out. And in the preview mock-up, it looks really good in all the other areas where these two colors will show up, because they will show up again in an upper corner. Because I was kind of trying to look at like where they would play in the modeling, because the other place where they'll show up is up here. There's some hearts. And so I didn't want it to be too competitive with this dark pink. So I was trying to... Ooh, I hooked on a belt.
Her needle minder just got stuck on the bell on her sweater.
I'm wearing my ugly Christmas sweater.
That's actually not ugly. It's really cute. I'm jealous. I want it.
Oh God, I almost did it again.
Don't do it again. I watch her every second.
Those are all my whips.
Yay!
Thank you.
Whip parade is done.
Well, no, this is not our whip parade.
No, our current. This episode's parade of whips.
Parade of progress.
Oh, progress parade. That's better.
That's better.
I like that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. We're doing really good on time. I'm proud of us.
I am too.
But we're about to get into haul.
I'm so excited about haul, you guys. So excited. I went shopping.
We both did.
I let my fingers do the walking, and I ordered a bunch of stuff. Like 1-2-3 Stitch is still in business today because of me. Well, and everybody else, but still, I ordered a lot of stuff.
I will hold whatever you need me to.
Okay. First of all, I got a pattern. I ordered it. It's Farmer's Attic. My family is very military. My brother is currently serving in the Missouri National Guard. My dad is a veteran. Was a veteran. I still use present tense verbs. Anyway, so I got this hands-on design, Home of the Brave, and it is the flag that says Land of the Free and Home of the Brave. So I'm going to be stitching that one for there we go. Oh, that's perfect. So I'm going to be stitching that one for a future present to my brother. So yay. I'm very excited. And it came great timing, great, service, everything. And then, because I had a nightmare issue with the U.S. Postal Service with my order from Starlight Stitchery, it went back and forth to and from the Des Moines post office like 3 times. And then when I got it, the package was like mangled and ripped open, and I almost lost my mulberry floss. So that the fact that it didn't fall out of the package, I'm very excited. So I'm going crazy. Like, I just bought a bunch of stuff for the 4 like big stitches that I bought at Jingle Ball. So I got the Stars Are Brightly Shining, Go Tell It on the Mountain, the Quaker Snowflakes, and Winter Comes. And then, I put the patterns in a markup, looked at all the colors, like, what do I have? I have a frog in my throat.
Do you need me to get you water?
Nope, I'm good. Powering through. So then I ordered like the Weeks Dye Works. I ordered the Classic Color Works. I just went crazy. It is my Christmas present to myself. So then I got my fabric choices. I'll do the non-noisy packages first. Those are super crinkly.
The ones that didn't come from Starlight Stitchery?
So these came from 1-2-3 Stitch. And this is doubloon. And this is 16 count. Picture this plus doubloon and I am going to stitch the Stars Are Brightly Shining.
I haven't used any of their fabric yet, so I'm interested to see like how it feels. Because
well, this is Picture This Plus. My BAP is Picture This Plus.
Oh, it's nice and soft.
Yeah, it's soft.
Yeah.
But it's really sturdy. I like it. It's not like, there's a few that I have used in the past that, like your sensory thing that we talked about last week with like Zweigart being really stiff and like starchy and you don't like it. There's some that it's just like, if it even falls out of my nerd hoops, it's too soft. It's too soft. But I haven't had any issues with that, so I'm really excited. And the model that they did of the Stars Are Brightly Shining pattern was done on doubloon linen, and so I stuck with that same color, just in Aida, because I have never stitched on even weave yet. Then winter comes. I got this Fiber on a Whim, this 1-2-3 stitch, but it's Fiber on a Whim. This is Night Sky. I could probably take it out of the package.
Yeah,
because
that'd probably
it'd be
help.
less glary. I'm so smart. I think of these things after I've already done it. Anyway.
The funny thing is I bought the same fabric from a different supplier, I think Top Knot Stitcher, to use in 20 count for the D's 20 stitches because I signed up for that.
The 2025.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Stitch for Pride for 2025.
Mm-hmm. So that's that. The one I'm most excited about, though. I mean, I'm not going to discount any of them. I got Cookie Dough from Needle Bling Designs. I got this at Starlight Stitchery. Sorry, it's loud. Crinkle, crinkle, crinkle. Cookie Dough. And this is for Go Tell It on the Mountain.
I would say that that's really comparable to Vintage Country Mocha, just like a little bit darker than that. I wish I had that instead of Vintage Country Mocha for my other whip.
You can order it from Starlight Stitchery.
I could, but then I'd have to start over on all my
future.
Future.
But the one I'm super duper excited about is More Crinkling. Sorry.
Which is very mangled from the Postal Service.
The fact that none of the packages that were within my order were opened up, they're just really wrinkled, and it was crazy. I thought for sure that like my floss was gonna have fallen out. Yeah, it was a giant hole in the package. But this is Christmas Night, 16 count Atomic Ranch. I love it. I can't wait. The variegation on it is very subtle.
You should start that on Christmas night.
Well, it's in my whips, my start go. Since I don't have a lot of like whips. Everybody's getting their whip go boards ready, and so this is the first year I will be doing a whip go. But since I don't have whips, it's my start go. So, it's my start board. So I have all 4 of those Jingle Ball purchase patterns are on my board. So as soon as it comes up, then I can stitch on it. But then I have like other stuff that because you know me, I'm gonna like stitch it really fast.
And I know I'm jealous.
I have other things that like, okay, if I finish, then I'll work on this other one, or if it's a really big one, like my dragons are going. That's like the only actual whip that's on my whip go board. So that one I will be working on throughout the year as well. But yeah, this is like, as soon as I saw it, I knew it had to be mine. I'm very excited. Atomic Ranch, I love you. Okay, that's my haul. Yeah, the flosses and things that were called for those patterns. Yeah, Classic Color Works, Weeks Dye Works. I was just most excited about the fabric. So what you got?
Well, Michael's had a whole bunch of different colors of the diamond. I think I bought like one of each color. Because so the other craft stores, like, they don't always have the diamond, or if they do, they just have the gold.
Yeah, or they just have the silver or gold.
I want all the colors, darn it. I
want all the things.
I got green. I got red. I got a couple different shades of silver. Which this one might get used in combination with the Etoile on my my Nora Corbett coffee house for the tin roof.
Tin roof, rusted.
I love that song.
And I've just ruined it for you.
Nope.
Okay.
Never.
Good.
Never. Have I told you the story about the karaoke bar on my 30th birthday?
No. That'll be for another floss tube. We'll talk about floss.
There's a story.
Yeah. There's so many stories.
But yeah, I had noticed that a lot of the Krennic colors are out of stock on 123 Stitch, and I was like, well, if Krennic's going to become hard for me to get a hold of, then I want some alternatives. And I thought that
I really like that green.
I do too. On one of my patterns, it calls for like an emerald Krennic, and I thought, well, green that looks pretty emerald to me.
That does.
So we will see if I can use that in place of Krennic sometimes. I'm kind of excited to try that out. Yeah. Also, and it's in the plastic and I'm not taking it out, so I'm sorry about the glare. I bought another lavender and lace pattern. This one is called Angel of Love.
Is that less glare?
Yeah.
Good.
That looks good to me.
Cool.
I bought that one on eBay. There's, it's an older pattern. I really love the detail in it. It's not that I'm into angels. What I like about this one is that it looks like a Klimt painting. That kind of did it for me. So I think I actually will stitch this one on linen, even though I almost never do that because I don't particularly enjoy linen. I definitely am not going to stitch on the called for fabric. That's for darn sure. I mean, it is going to be I will stitch it on a 28 count because my eyes. But if I'm going to be playing with beads and metallic floss, but
you want to at least save your eyeballs.
I do.
If you're going to go crazy using.
But I'm going to do it on a dark colored fabric because even though her dress or her cape is blue, I think I want to do it on a burgundy fabric so that it's jewel tones. Ooh. I think would be really pretty.
Yeah.
So I've been eyeballing. There's one I think called Cherry Cobbler on the Evertote website. That's by Roxy Floss. So I'm kind of leaning towards Cherry Cobbler in the 28 count. I think based on her size, I'm going to need a half yard because I'm not going to skimp. I'm going to just spend the money and get the right size fabric.
Do the thing.
And then the one I know you were excited about and I was holding back.
Baubles!
My bauble books came. My apartment complex office held them hostage for a few days.
And she won't let me look at them yet.
Well, you can look at them now.
Okay.
So I her reaction though was so cute when she like opened it up to look at the first one that I was like, darn it, you have to do that on camera. You're not allowed to do that when we're not videoing.
But they're so cute. Oh my gosh.
I bought both the 2023 and the 2024. I didn't know about it last year in order to buy the 2023. I found out about it watching Cross Stitch the Globe when Allison stitched the little deer from Tiny Modernist. And I was like, oh my God, I need the deer.
Oh my God, it's a Christmas pickle.
I know. Harper, my daughter, my 12-year-old daughter,
Christmas pickle,
has demanded that I stitch the Christmas pickle. So that is definitely happening. We have a glass pickle on our tree, but cross stitch pickle will be better.
It's so cute.
But yeah, I'm super excited to have both of them because the last year's and this year's, because there's a Tiny Modernist pattern in last year's. I know, the kitty one. I know. I got the physical books so that you could borrow them. Because I figured you would want to stitch the kitty.
I love the kitty.
Yeah.
And the little reindeer.
I know. That's the reason I bought it, was that reindeer.
Well, look at that. I didn't even know that. And then that segued in nicely.
Yeah.
Look at me go.
The reindeer and the bird from Satsuma Street. Isn't that adorable? Sorry, I'm like covering up the ship there. So super excited about that. And super excited about stitching these. So this was the 2023 one that Allison at Cross Stitch the Globe got this, and she stitched that one. And I was like, well, I must have that. Where is that? It was in the Bauble book. So I bought the Bauble book. Yep. So then, of course, I had to get the 2024 Bauble book because reasons.
Yes.
So, and I love the patterns in this too, and we'll have fun stitching them. So
I love the Santa with the wreath. But yeah, I gotta have a Christmas pickle.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I kind of want to do the candles.
Yeah, those are really pretty too. I like how it looks very stained glass.
Santa riding the geese.
Yeah,
the goose.
that's Santa. Was it Santa over Toronto?
Mm-hmm.
That's what that was.
And I really like how the one that's Peace on Earth is very mid-century modern, which almost all of my Christmas stuff, with the exception of my villages, which are my village stuff is very Victorian, but all the rest of my Christmas decor is very mid-mod centric because
everything is mid-mod.
I'm an amateur pinup model, so I like mid-mod. So I was most excited about these.
Baubles.
So I made notes about some stuff to talk to you guys about. Because I can't remember anything. I'm like, squirrel, gone. Kind of already mentioned some floss tubes that I want to mention. I do want to thank Cross Stitch the Globe because they mentioned that we mentioned them. That was exciting.
And I said that you said that I said that. Yes.
But it made me happy. And because they were one of the first floss tubes I ever watched, so it made me very happy. Thread Gremlins.
We've mentioned them.
We mentioned them. But oh my God, their whip parade was hilarious because Carolyn was doing like keep it or trash it as she was going through, and she was just flinging stuff. Just nope. And at one point, she kicked over her soda or her coffee. I think it was her coffee. And they were like, and Amy was like, do you need me to get something to clean that up? And she goes, nope, the linen will soak it up.
I haven't seen that one yet.
I was dying, trying not to screw up my tiny Santa that I was stitching as I was laughing hysterically at them. They are wonderful.
Yeah.
And by far, I love their floss tube. And then, one that I found when I had was all caught up on other people's Flossmasses that had me in stitches also. Floss Boston Cousins. I was prepared for this to be very Southern country, but they're hilarious. Yeah. Their Whipco board, they call it their heifer board. I mean, they were just flinging it, and I was rolling. And the one had the best solution. Okay, so I am forever, because I'm so ADD, losing my scissors on my lap. And then I have to stand up and shake out my blankets. And then I'm mad because I was all comfortable in my stitchy spot. Now I got to reset. And it's very irritating. No, she had one of those like lanyard clips, and her scissors were attached to the lanyard clip. And she just, why have I never thought of that? I've been working in an office setting wearing a lanyard to the office for more than a decade of my life.
Well, probably because
15
to
20 years.
You don't want to think about work when you're cross stitching. And I
Right.
associate like my lanyard that I have to wear. I wouldn't have thought of it either.
Why have I never thought of the retractable lanyard?
Now you have. Through
Freaking brilliant.
Through
Freaking brilliant.
Floss Boston.
Floss Boston Cousins.
Okay.
I will be watching you again. And then I have to shout out Cat Hair Stitchers, because I had a back and forth on Instagram with one of the Cat Hair Stitchers about the pangs of editing. And they were delightful. They are near us because we are in Iowa. They are in Wisconsin.
Go, Pack, go. Go. Sorry.
So, and their energy kind of reminds me a little bit of us. Like, they're like nerdy like us, stitch similar things to us. It was,
we'll have to do like a Midwest meetup, or maybe
that could be fun.
A Zoom or something.
That could be fun.
We'll get on that.
We'll have to see if they would be down for that.
Yeah. We'll work logistics. Also, since I have cat hair stitchers, I also follow you on the grams. You're very amusing. Love you guys.
Yeah. She talked about her plans for
Start Go.
I am not sure about WhipGo. I did make myself a board, but not WhipGo. It's more goals that I'm going to black out bingo to earn stuff so that I don't like overbuy and overspend, because the things that I tend to spend way more than I should would be Jasmine custom bags. I'm going to make myself earn them. Like, I got to finish so many. Like, I set goals, like I'm trying to finish one WIP a month. And when I say WIP, not things that I start.
Things that you already have.
Things that I already have done or already have started. Now, if I start it early in 2025 and then I finish it late in 2025, all right, acceptable. But, you need
to finish.
By the time we do our WIP parade, which we plan to do, we plan to record that in after Christmas, but before New Year's, because I plan to post it on New Year's Day. If all goes according to plan. Yeah, so I made a list of everything that I have started. And right now it's at 28. But after tomorrow, it'll be at 30. Because tomorrow is Yule, and I celebrate Yule, not Christmas. I celebrate Christmas with my kids because, it's like a family tradition type thing, not for religious purposes. But I celebrate Yule. And along with doing 108 sun salutations for Yule.
That's a lot.
Yeah, I'm a glutton for punishment. I am going to start Blessed Yule from the Magical Cross Stitch book by Lindsay Swearingen, and Rowdy J by Max from Pigeon Coop Designs from the Cross Stitch in the Forest book.
I love that one.
Mm-hmm.
I love that book.
And I'm stitching those from stash. So both of those are going to be on 14 count, so I can clear some 14 count fabric out of my stash. Yeah, I got both of those books and I haven't stitched anything out of them, so kind of want to. And I'm going to stitch those patterns. So you will see those in our whip parade.
Mine's a start parade. Because I have.
She's in whip parade. Our
2
plan.
whips.
Our plan is that when I show a whip, she's going to show a kit. So, because she has all her stuff kitted up, and I sorted, they're all nicely sorted back here. A lot of them are combined multiple in a bag because I don't have enough bags for the number of whips that I have. Although, since the Canada strike is on pause, I will have bags coming soon. They're on their way. They have been shipped.
Yay.
So excited. Yeah. They were bags I bought for my Christmas stuff that is currently bagless, which is probably why it's getting a lot of work, because it's sitting out on my stacked on my coffee table because I can't put them away.
You can't, out of sight, out of mind when it's there on the coffee table. Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. I understand.
So that's what's happening.
Yeah. All right. So we've got future plans coming. I'll probably have one of my whip, the non-big whip will probably be a finish next time.
And we'll catch up on our Flossmas video, our individual Flossmas videos.
Yes.
Those are coming.
Yeah.
I got life, so we will get those caught up.
We both did.
Yeah.
Life.
I
like it.
So we will get those cut up and get those posted for you. Yep. Probably within a day or two after this one comes out. I'll probably post this first, then post those.
Awesome.
And we'll be good.
Awesome. Thank you all for watching. If we don't see you between now and then, have a very Merry Christmas, Happy Yule, all the good holiday
Happy
things.
holidays.
Yes, happy holidays.